There, at last, my bell-snickles, they return. Krampus lifted his ear from the stone and stared up the shaft, pulling against his chain like a hound awaiting a feeding. The light above, now bright enough that he knew it to be dawn. He could see their shadows approaching. It was nearly 50 feet to the top of the narrow shaft. He wrung his hands together as they clambered down. Where is it? He searched their silhouettes for some sign of the sack. Makwa, the big Shawnee, dropped down first, landing on all fours, his bare fur and buckskin garb torn and soiled, his flesh scraped and bloody. He stood by Krampus, clutched his shoulders. He stood and Krampus clutched his shoulders. Do you have it? Makwa pushed back his hood, shook his head. No. 3 more bell-snickles slipped down, the brothers, Whippy and Nippy, also of the Shawnee people, and the little man, Vernon, his long, bristly beard full of pine needles. They too appeared to have suffered dearly. They'd obviously been in a desperate battle with someone or something. Krampus looked from one to the next. None would meet his eye. You don't have it. None of you have it? No. No? They shook their heads, continued to stare at the ground. No. The word cut through him like a shard of ice. No. His knees threatened to buckle. He grabbed the wall to steady himself. Was it him? Was it Santa Claus? Yes, Vernon answered, and the 3 Shawnee nodded. Where is he? Where's the sack? We did our very best, Vernon said. He was terribly strong and crazed. It was unexpected. Krampus slid to the ground, cradling his head in his large hands. There will never be another chance. The girl Isabel dropped down. She flipped back the hood of her jacket, looked from Krampus to the 4 men. You didn't tell him? No one answered her. Krampus, the sack might still be out there. Krampus looked at her, confused. The sack? Yes, the sack. It's out there somewhere. Krampus found his feet and grasped her arm. What do you mean? What do you mean, child? We had it. I mean almost. We were in the sleigh, fighting the old man for it, and ow, damn it, Krampus, you're hurting my arm. Krampus realized he was pinching her in his distress and let loose. It was crazy. Santa Claus went berserk, biting and clawing, and she trailed off, a look of intense sorrow across her face. He kicked Pesqua out the sleigh. We were so high. I don't know it, he made it. I think that's a mistype. I don't know if he made it, or she hesitated, glancing at the others. Oh, he's most certainly a dead little Indian, Vernon put in. We don't know that, Isabel shot back. Unless he sprouted wings, he's dead. I see no reason. Enough, Krampus cried. Isabel, what happened to the sack? Well, when Pesqua fell, he took the sack with him, and so the sack is still out there? Yes, well, maybe. Maybe? You see, after the sack fell, the sleigh went spinning out of control. It was all we could do just to hang on. A few seconds later, we slammed into some trees. And Santa Claus? What happened to him? Well, I'm trying to get to that. Well, get to it. I'm trying. You keep interrupting me. Krampus threw his hands up in frustration. Okay, see, hell, where was I? Oh yeah, when we hit the first clump of trees, we were slung out, but not Santa. He clung on. You should have seen him, completely out of his gourd, ranting and raving at us, and at them deer. Them deer were all tangled and spooked, and they were off they shot. Oh, my gosh. Then them reindeer were all tangled and spooked, and off they shot. Up and away, went spinning across the hollow into the part of the hill where there's nothing but boulders and drops, slammed into them rocks, and damn hard, and so damned hard the sound echoed all up and down the valley. None of us seen exactly where old Santa ended up, but I can tell you, sure as shit, he didn't walk off from that. Ain't no way. He's dead. Dead? Krampus snorted, then laughed. Is Santa Claus dead? No. As sweet as such tidings would be, it takes much more than a hard slap to the skull to kill. No. As sweet as such tidings would be, it takes much more than a hard slap to kill such vileness. Krampus tugged the stringy hair sprouting from his chin. But it is encouraging that his sleigh and reindeer are lost. He began to pace. Means there might still be a chance to get the sack, to find it first. Krampus's heart began to race. Yes, certainly there is. You say the sack fell with Pesqua, did you not? Isabel nodded. Do you remember where he fell? Yes. No. Which is it, child? Hard to say. I mean, there's no telling. The sleigh was spinning and Isabel glanced at the others. They shrugged. The sack will be somewhere near the body. Krampus's voice rose with excitement. You need to find the body or where it landed. Should not be that hard to do. Begin your search there, split up and spread out. And he stopped pacing, stared at each of the bell-snickles. We must beat Santa to it. He now knows I live, knows about you. He will be sending his monsters. The sack is the prize. It is everything. If he should find it first, then we're all as good as dead. He snatched up one of Shawnee's spears, handed it to Makwa. You still have your knives? Good. Take the rifle and pistol as well. You will need them if his monsters find you. We lost the pistol, Isabel said. Whippy shot him, Vernon added. At least 3 times at close range. I was right beside him. He hit every time, right in the chest. Didn't so much as slow him down. No, Krampus said. No, I wouldn't think it would. Now hurry, make haste. Every second counts. The Bell-Snickles snatched up a couple of spears and an old shotgun with a broken stock from a pile of tools. They scrambled away up the shaft, one after another. Krampus shouted up after them. Keep a sharp eye out for his monsters. You will know them when you see them. You will feel them, then, under his breath, as they will feel you.